Okay, yep, starting shortly is up. Oh, nice. Okay. Hello, Frog. You need to put that away so you can. We're about to.
You wanna play with your frog?
Ready? Okay.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Keeper's Corner podcast. Brandon, you were all over that intro. How you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling warm. I got my nice hoodie on and just settling in to have a nice conversation about some sogs, of course.
Yeah, some socks, some other stuff. It's we got our first snow on the ground up here.
Ugh.
Winter's coming. Yeah, which is why I'm still rocking a t-shirt.
I mean, I got a t-shirt on under this, but this thing is nice and toasty. Like,
Yeah. Well, this was first attempt going back live for this season since we've had to make some technology changes, which were not our fault. They're a corporation thing that decided to axe what we were using and incorporate it elsewhere, and it's not quite as friendly.
no more Skype for you.
No. And then hopefully smooth things out my end. I had to go through and create my own way to disable some other stuff that, I don't need AI forced on me. So hopefully things are going to run smoothly. I don't know if anyone's watching. If they are, maybe they'll let us know if we sound all right. Otherwise, we'll see what we can do here.
I see one thing I need to fix.
You do? Okay.
So you're going to move around a bunch on the screen, but I'm
Ah.
going to get it situated.
Oh, yeah, I am way off center. Somebody says hello, and I would like to answer them, but for reasons at the moment, I cannot.
Wait, why can't you?
Oh, to type, I'm a
Oh.
little. Yeah.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Why would that be?
All right. Well, Brandon gets me straightened out.
I got you straightened out. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you're still a little bit off center, but I was more trying to make sure I fixed the frame because you looked. Wait, how can I even get you centered? I guess I'll just, you're just gonna invade my personal space for a moment, and
Ooh. Spooky.
let's see. We'll get it straightened out. We'll promise. Probably.
Ooh. Uh, it. Ah. Almost, maybe. Okay.
I think that's as good as you're gonna get. And yes, I'm gonna be blurry as heck. So
Yeah, like we said, some technology issues.
yeah.
Not our fault, but is what it is.
Also, I just realized I am definitely in the chat. I am definitely not the Keeper's Corner podcast account. I am on my own.
That's all good. Well, Brady, we have a little bit to talk about tonight. Pretty much one topic only. And that is, of course,
In the immortal words of
goalkeeping.
Aww. Squeaky. Sounds like squeaky cheese.
I figured, given the news, it was a fitting time to break out the Andrew Coughlin autographed gloves. But they are an extreme hindrance to doing anything right now.
Now, why on earth would that be?
It's almost like they're meant to stay on. And if
For
you've
like,
ever...
you know,
Thank you.
30 minutes at a time, yeah.
ever seen them struggling to get them on or off, I fully understand why. His hands are much larger than mine, and
Yep.
still I struggled to like squeeze, like wedge them in there. All right, yeah, we have pretty much one thing to talk about, and it starts with the Andrew Coughlin retirement because there were goalkeeping changes made that we were not expecting,
Yeah.
and that has to come down to that. And so we'll just kind of talk a little bit about Andrew to begin with.
Or
Hey,
by
this
his
was.
or by his official name, Mr. Stretch.
I think we have to say it was a little bit of a surprise. Eh,
I'd say about 50-50. I was 50-50, I'll be honest, whether or not he was coming back. Just because the new family thing and, you know, I understand that, like, Gordy is continuing.
right in. Yeah.
But I don't know. I could kind of see it with Andrew that he wants to be wants to focus on his family, and I don't blame him at all.
Mhm.
Like, he 100% should. So,
Yeah, look, it's you gotta do what you think is best for yourself and your family. Fully respect that. Um, I joked with Katie how it's kind of funny how Nacho announced his retirement for KC. He came out of retirement. Um, Dom Francis announced his retirement before last season. He came out of retirement. Last I had talked to Andrew, it was, yeah, we'll be back next year. See you in the fall, and then he retires.
bye. Complete reversals.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so we just got the wrong end of that flip flop, unfortunately.
Yeah. I I mean, listen, it's how many people though, and this is not a reflection on Andrew. Like, he was a fantastic keeper for us. Like, I would have loved to see him in there for 5-10 years, however long you wanted to do it. He had a lot of critics.
He did. He did have.
He
a
did
lot
have
of
a lot of
critics.
critics. But then again, every single keeper that's going to be in that goal is going to have critics.
Absolutely.
So,
So we will talk about Andrew and his career here. Just a little bit, a quick recap, go over because he spent his entire career with the Utica City FC slash um,
Syracuse Silver Knights?
Syracuse Silver Knights. I was blanking on the team name. I'm like
I
Syracuse
noticed.
something or other.
I'm like, I got you.
Yeah. 159 games, 156 of which were starts. That is a hefty workload for anyone.
Oh, yeah.
93, 53, and 11 record, 592 win rate.
I'll take 60%.
Yeah, it's not bad, 60% over the regular season. That's 14 and 10 get you in the playoffs.
Yep.
677 save rate. And respectable.
Very respectable. I mean,
And
over...
that
I
was
think there
pretty
must be
much
a slight delay, I think, so between you and I. My bad. I wait for a gap, and then all of a sudden it's like, you start going as I was going, and it's like, uh-oh. So
we're just out of practice. We'll get back to it
that's
eventually.
apparently what it is, yeah. No, I was just gonna say, I mean, a 0.67 save rate. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at all. I mean,
No.
that's anything above 50, honestly, is pretty darn good. It just means that you don't have a ton of close games. So, but we also, obviously there's some go one way, some go the other way, but that just means that he had a winning percentage. 65%. He passed.
It's decent numbers. He had 3 goals in that time, 32 assists. 10 of them came in that 2022-2023 season. If my math is right, he had I forget, I didn't write it down, but that 10 7 17 to 19 of them, of his 32, came in the last 3 seasons. Really had started to open that up for him under this system.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really surprise me. I mean, he really was an assist machine when it came, especially when, before some of the rule changes and stuff with the chucking it down the field. I mean, you still can do that to an extent, but yeah. That definitely led to a few less, but overall, I mean, he still was, just, like I said, an assist machine.
Yeah. He had a very solid, very respectable career for 9 seasons. I will say it was weird when I just went on the bio earlier and was like, oh, he's younger than me. Why can't I retire? Even though we know it's not like his full-time job and everything.
Yeah.
It'd be like,
it's just kind of like, hey, I'm gonna not do this soccer thing anymore. It's just more elegant to say, yeah, I'm gonna retire.
Yeah. He was a fixture in net for Utica fans. One of very few remaining players from the original team that this city fell in love with. Like you said, a bit of a divisive figure at times among the fans.
Yeah. At times, but I mean, I think he was absolutely more loved than anything else.
Yes.
No question. Like, he absolutely was adored by most fans most of the time because he did work. Like, he worked well and he was great both on the field and off the field. So.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest difference with a goalkeeper versus a field player is if a goalkeeper has a bad game, it's really easy to notice it because they're out there for all 60 minutes, and it's a lot easier for fans to pile on at that point than if just a regular field player does, where, okay, yeah, they had a bad game, but it might have only led to a goal or two being allowed, or, okay, this guy didn't find the back of the net and missed a couple he should have had.
Yep.
Versus, yeah, well, 10 goals came in against our team today. Obviously, it's the keeper's fault kind of thing.
I mean, that's how a lot of this stuff goes is, if we're having a bad game, it's the keeper's fault.
Yeah. Hey, everyone becomes hyper aware of it in this age of social media.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But plenty of memorable moments. He became, especially in the past few years, not just a leader on the field, but one of the first guys to come to the defense for other players on his team. Even without that captain's armband, he very quickly would get in other players and officials' faces.
Yes, he would.
To defend his guys. And, I don't know what else is to say besides he will be missed by the fans and his teammates, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's going to be sad not seeing him lace up the gloves on the field this season, but at the same time, wish him nothing but the best, and he'll be a good dad. So,
yeah. Andrew, best of luck in whatever life brings you after this career has done, and you're always welcome in 212.
No, he's not. No,
you're not gonna let him sit up there.
No.
Okay, well,
okay,
that's
fine,
on you then, because you'll be there more than me.
Fine, jeez.
With that, though, we should probably turn our attention to what comes next.
Onward.
Because that leaves a bit of a hole in the roster. Obviously, your starting keeper's gone. That's not always the easiest thing to replace, and we've seen how other teams have struggled when great keepers move on. Toth went back to Tacoma for a couple of years. We saw how it took a couple seasons for the Strikers to get things right. And Tommy Tanner and Utica wasted no time. the same day that San Diego announced that Xavier Snaer-Williams was signed to a 3-year extension through 2027 2028, they also announced that he was being loaned to Utica for this upcoming season.
Which I think makes a lot of sense.
It certainly does. San Diego added Toth. They lured him back home from up north in Tacoma. He's coming off of another fantastic season.
Mm-hmm.
And Williams has certainly, or Snaer-Williams has certainly shown flashes in his limited playing time from what I've been able to watch.
Yeah, yep. I haven't seen too much of him myself, or at least I don't have any memorable, thoughts on him.
Do you remember the game that we all got up in arms about over the clear penalty in the box that wasn't called on a certain San Diego player? Yeah. If I remember correctly, Bordeaux was out on suspension for that one or was injured at the time, and Xavier was in net for that. So on that game, that was like...
Not Bardo. You literally combined his first name and his last name. Boris.
I'm sorry,
Bardo.
Brooks.
Don't think I missed that.
I did. Yes. Pardo.
Thank you.
Either way, I'm pretty sure he missed that game. And Xavier was in net for them. And that was, what, a 4-3 game? Very defensive focused.
Yep.
Should have gone Utica, or at least gone into a split points situation.
Yeah, we know our feelings on it. It was It was a game.
Boo.
Boo hiss. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think my biggest thing is that he'll definitely get some minutes with us. We're in need of a somewhat seasoned keeper. And so, it just makes sense to bring him on. I know that, like Andrew Taylor, he's got a lot of M2 experience, but it's not the same. We've seen it time and again not being anywhere near the same.
Correct.
So, no, I think this will be interesting. I think it'll definitely make things interesting for this season for sure. And who knows? Maybe we'll entice him to stay. Probably not,
we'll see.
But,
I mean, he's only 26 years old. 36 games, 13 starts in his time in San Diego. But in those games, he's collected a 15-3 record, or an 8.33 win percentage, 4.99 goals allowed against, and a 7.10 save rate. All of which, you'll know, are slightly better than we'd seen out of Andrew Coughlin. But the caveat here is that San Diego defense has also been better than Utica's.
Not actually where I was thinking you were going to go with that.
I mean, sample size as well is also...
Yes, that's where I was going with it.
I mean, you got to talk sample size, but that'll be a pretty good segue into the next keeper there that's on the roster. Because there are 4 listed now, again, but 3 are active. And the other one, we really don't know anything about. Except he was on the team last year and was not mentioned when they announced the loan for Xavier Snaer-Williams.
At all.
This next player, another bit of a fan favorite, who was made a huge impact in his one game last year.
Boy, did he.
He was the backup for Andrew for a few seasons there, started in Rochester, and I guess is rumored to be back full-time this year.
One can only hope. I would... I really hope so.
If he is back full-time, also probably the favorite to be the opening day starting goalkeeper. and that would be one brick wall, Brian Wilkin.
Yeah. So happy to see that.
Yes, this will be his 6th year in the league. He's played 41 games, 31 of them starts, a 10-22-1 record. It should be noted that 13 of those losses and the one overtime loss all come with his time in Rochester. So with Utica, it's a 10-9 record. Much more stomachable.
Yeah, just a little bit more palatable.
And I didn't do the math for why his Utica stats are split otherwise, but 7.99 goals allowed against, which if we remember those Rochester days, there were a lot of double-digit games they gave up. I think he gave up like 9.75 goals allowed in his games for them before the COVID-shortened season.
And before anyone jumps on it that, oh, that, that's a terrible record or that's terrible numbers, how can we have him on? Think of the team. Remember, bigger picture, not just the keeper. It's not all on the keeper. He had a lot on his shoulders to just keep it that low.
Yes. Yeah, that was a rough year for Rochester to show up and then disappear because of COVID and arena issues.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, if he's back, I think obviously the front runner for opening day goalkeeper. And I would wager the fan favorite among the start or keeper rotation.
I would think so. I mean, out of the three, he's definitely the most known. I mean, yes, we know Andrew Taylor. We've obviously heard about Xavier, but he's not Utica yet.
Yes.
Quote unquote, for those that can't see. And yeah, Brian's just, I mean, everybody knows Brick Wall Brian. So yeah, I could definitely see him, as long as that's what the kind of capacity that he's back in, I could see him being the starting keeper. But again, that's an unknown.
And quick little side note for Mr. Wilkin is a life update as Andrew had his first child this year. Brian was recently engaged.
Hey!
So congratulations, sir.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, that is 2 of the 3 in the goalkeeper trio that Utica talked about in their last post.
Yep.
The third, Andrew Taylor. We saw very little of him last year. He started the year as goalkeeper number 3.
Yep.
On the depth chart. Came into the game against Harrisburg after Babukar Cisse was injured, unable to return. Played a very good second half. And then he started 2 games after that, one of which was the Chihuahua blowout game.
You just got thrown to the wolves, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I did not feel feel good
we
about
talked
that
about
one.
that after that game where it's like this isn't gonna be good for anybody. And it was good that they pulled him out when they did to try to preserve some of his, you don't want to bruise that ego too much on anybody.
No.
Whether they are an egotistical person or just your average person. If you're just a normal person and all of a sudden you're like, well, I gave up 17 goals today in a game we never stood a chance. Yeah, it's gonna sting for a while.
Yeah, understandably too. Like, it's gonna stick with you.
But across those 3 games, he had a 609 save rate, which, as you mentioned, that's considering one of them came against Chihuahua.
It's still not bad. It's really not. Like,
no, we talked about it after the Harrisburg game that he played better in his half than we saw out of Cisse in the first half.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agree. Yeah, you can definitely see some confidence building there. Some, just some, I don't want to say effort, because, I mean, Cisse, put in effort, but he was really trying to make an impression.
Yeah. It's been, we'll see what Andrew brings to the table this year. He's probably the starting goalkeeper for Krajicnik. Would not shock me at all. You want to keep your guys getting reps as much as they can if they're not playing at the M1 level, so.
I almost tried to correct you when you said Andrew. I'm like, wait a minute, they're both named Andrew.
Yes, yeah. We're just trading out one Andrew for another.
Well, that's why one was Andrew and one was just Drew.
This one's going to be Andrew 2.0.
Yeah. Hey, like, one can hope.
He's the newer model. And for that fourth goalkeeper, Babu, he wasn't mentioned in that post. In fact, it was explicitly stated in that post that it was a goalkeeping trio.
Yeah.
Rounded out by Xavier Snaer-Williams. Like I said, he only got that one half of a game before he was injured and then not seen again the rest of last year.
Yep.
So I guess to the best of our knowledge, he is just floating in the wind as far as
just not participating, something. I don't know.
Yeah, no clue. But that is the goalkeeping news and pretty much all the roster news for Utica over the past couple of weeks. It's been fairly quiet. I think we're in agreement. In depth chart, you're looking Wilkin number 1, Xavier number 2, and Taylor number 3.
Yes.
At least to start the year. And I this call it my early bold prediction, but I do think Xavier stands a good chance of snagging that starting goalkeeper spot. A little bit younger, a little bit taller, bigger wingspan on him, which if the defense is going to be as shaky as it has been in times, every one of those aspects, every inch matters in this league.
Yeah.
In any league, really, but.
Well, yeah, when your goal is bigger and you have to defend it, then yeah, of course. Every inch is going to every inch on the arms, on the legs, it's gonna make a difference. So,
we don't know what Wilkin, his personal situation looks like outside of the team.
And that's
last year.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, last year, we didn't get to see him a whole lot because of his commitments elsewhere. Has that changed? I believe he's still assisting with the college soccer team as a coach. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and what I was thinking about is, if, like I said, Wilkins not potentially back full-time, and he's kind of filling in like a secondary or potentially as needed role, and they're just signing him ahead of time, then yeah, it's going to be Xavier and Taylor for most matches, and then maybe Wilkin if we need him potentially. That's what it would fall down to. So
yeah.
We don't know. There's a lot of unknowns.
Yeah,
I mean, we still got a little bit, not too long, but a little bit before the season starts up. So there's still going to be a lot of unknowns until then. So,
Brandon, we did 2 little questions in the Discord. Good little shameless plug there. Come from friend of the pod, the FC Fanatic. And I will preface one by talking about this because the question directly references that there's a scrimmage coming up this Saturday. just sounds like it's going to be a split squad scrimmage following a youth clinic at the Mary C. Winder Community Center. Um, there's going to be the training session, where your kids can go learn with the pros from 3 to 4:30. Exhibition game will take place from 6 to 8. Free admission, and the concession stand will be open.
Okay.
Um,
I know he
the
was
community
definitely
center
he
is out
definitely
in.
mentioned it to me and Michelle, so I was wondering where or what that was.
Yeah, it's out in Oneida.
Ah, okay.
It's a bit of a drive for anyone. Bit more of a drive for us.
Yeah, just a little. That's a ways.
hmm So the question is, do we have any surprise signings before this weekend?
Have they been holding out like the big guns? I don't know who it would be. Like, I mean, a lot of talent has been picked up at this point, or we know isn't going to be able to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to think here, like, because of course free agency is done.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, there's still signings going on.
Yeah.
There are players that remain unsigned. Just for Utica alone, we have yet to see,
Nelly.
yeah, Nelson Santana, Ronaldinho Denise has yet to sign, Mohamed Hamada, Yogi,
Mm-hmm.
and as we already expected, Rafa not to be anywhere, unfortunately, due to the visa issues continuing.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Of course, I wanted to look at the free agent tracker, but it's gone.
You just need to Google MASL free agents, and the top one will bring you right to it.
No, I don't want to Google.
Okay, well, you can Bing search it then. Or DuckDuckGo.
Smart guy.
Yes, I am. It should be noted that there are some other guys out there that are still unsigned, at least according to the. Didn't Hundelt re-sign with St. Louis? Or is he still a free agent?
He is still free agent, I do believe.
He's still listed as a free agent on the tracker.
Yeah, I don't believe I ever saw or heard anything about him. I don't believe he's signed. So, Dylan Hundelt's still out there if we wanted to, bolster the defense.
Wildly enough, Frank Tayu has signed with MASL 2 side Solas de Sonora.
Yep. Along with
Christian Segura. M2's got some talent down there this year.
Boy, that's for sure. Uh-huh.
Noe Favila.
Bob Vila?
He was the number one pick overall last year, played for Harrisburg.
Yeah,
he still remains
called
unsigned.
Bob Vila.
Yeah.
Because that's how I remembered his name. And that's not any, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just that's how I remembered his name. Literally, it's stuck in my head now.
I was going to say, I think pretty much the entire Harrisburg team, yeah, they're at M2, but they would be available to sign for M1.
Yeah, I just don't know if
I don't know if there's.
I mean, yes, there's talent there that there's fan favorites that we'd like to see, but
yeah,
is there any chance of them getting signed? Different story.
The fans would love Joey Tavernisi back.
Of course.
age roster where he is in his career doesn't really fit.
Right.
Um,
I think if we see any sort of signing, it's going to be somebody off the books, somebody new. I don't think it's going to be somebody self-contained within the MASL. That being said, I couldn't tell you at that point, but honestly, I would be good without a signing. What I would rather have, I would rather see something get announced saying, like, Calvin is committed to X games, something like that. You know, we get a commitment where literally one of the best players in the league last year is around. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Look, anyone that's listened to this podcast or started watching the show knows that I'm a sucker for defense. Still stand on that defense wins championships. There is a veteran defender out there who has championship experience that remains unsigned. Last year, he played for the Empire Strikers. Before that, he was a Milwaukee Wave regular. That is Sir Alex Bradley.
Okay. I could see that.
Oh,
That would be an interesting one.
if Santana isn't coming back, that is another veteran back-end leader. You know, he's a little bit younger than Santana.
Yeah, definitely got some
A little bit faster.
little less age on him.
Mm-hmm.
No, if we're going, if we were going that route, I'd much rather have a younger, faster talent. Like, I want DJ back. I want DJ Albert back. Like, we got to see like one game, and he got his first goal. He showed some promise. Like, I would love to see if he got picked up.
Yeah, it's. I don't expect there to be a signing,
No, me
but
neither.
I kind of expected not a lot with our first episode back. I said, the roster has this many players on it. If there's anything, it's going to be filling it out with guys that were part of the team.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
The other question was, what are the chances we see Kelvin? And I will state, because I'm still keeping an eye on him on social media, just because.
Oh,
Kind of part of our
he's still on the roster.
not job here.
Yeah.
The Kings League Brazil season just wrapped up. He lost in the finals.
That's a thing? That happens?
That happened. He lost in the finals. So it's going to depend on how much he wants to rest up for the spring season for Kings League and how much he wants to chase a championship.
Yeah.
He saw that, just like Kings League, he can dominate the MASL. The fans obviously would love to have him back, but the social media comments have very much also been of the mindset that if he's coming back, he needs to be here for the full thing.
Yes. It's got to be. It's got to happen.
Now, yes, the injury last year took him out, but I don't know when the Kings League World Cup is coming up again. I don't know if they're doing that every year.
And for me, while you look that up,
Yeah.
it's less about his talent. Because, yes, he is an amazing, extraordinary talent. It's about the effect it has on the rest of the roster when he is there, not there, there, not there, there, not there. It messes with the cohesivity of the roster. And, you know, one week we have to play this way, the next week we have to play this way because that part is missing. It's a problem. And yeah, it needs to be, we need a stable roster.
So I quick checked, and Kings League World is coming back. I don't have the exact dates. Brazil is hosting it. It will be in January. It just says see you in January. And Kelvin is featured prominently on the promotional image for it.
Okay.
So, do we want to lose him for the whole season? Or like 3 games? Or is it going to be just the World Cup and then he'll stick around through the playoffs and miss a couple early games in the Kings League? Because if he's not here, what it ultimately comes down to is if he's not here at the end when it matters the most,
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd put the odds at like 30-70 at this point.
Okay, that's a fair odds.
But it is, if he's not here, somebody needs to get that killer instinct role.
Mm-hmm.
On, you know, claim it. Whether that's Nilton taking it, who, another quick side note for Nilton, hasn't happened yet, but I just saw he had a baby shower. They are expecting a daughter coming up. So there's a good chance we lose Nilton for paternity leave for a stretch in the winter.
Yep. Just like how we lost, oh man.
Taylor Walter
Bond. I was trying to get the letters in my head.
I'm like, if
around.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. It took me a second. I go, letter, three names.
Yep. Yeah, that was causing me some difficulty in the brain region.
It's all good. We've all been there. Alrighty. So that wraps up those 2 questions. Brandon, you had something you had to address about the team specifically?
Yes. So, as I've, as you've seen by like the podcast and stuff, like I don't consider myself somebody who can design something. Matt has done most of the stuff for the podcast. I'm just here. But one thing that really irked me is when a returning talent comes back, or any talent, and we want to make them feel welcome. One of the first things that a lot of the teams do is they craft a very nice welcome thing. The only ones that we've actually had this year, besides Willie Spur had a very nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Every other one since has just been a picture. No editing. Well, okay, I can't say anything with absolute certainty that there's no editing, but very minimal editing. No banners, no signed or anything to make it pop. It's just them, which they can speak on their, the picture speaks 1,000 words. We're excited to see them. It makes us excited. It would make us more excited if there was real effort put into it. I mean, I just noticed that they reused the Utica City FC for the announcement for Juan.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at that, and then you look at the very a couple posts talking about the indoor soccer club learn and play, it's the exact same picture. They cropped that one of Juan. It's the exact same picture. So, which fine, reuse it. That's great. But why couldn't you do something cool for him for an announcement? Same thing with Gordy. Same thing with Xavier. It just didn't feel like there was a ton of effort going into the announcements, but anything around, season ticket or single ticket games, Andrew's one actually got some, some care to it to an extent. I don't know. It feels like there's a lack of effort, and even Nilton didn't get us anything special, and he was one of our top scorers last year, and it was just his picture. Like,
yeah, it's been
give the guy what he's due. Give these guys what they're due. Make them feel like, yeah, we're all really excited to see them back, instead of just, hey, here's a picture. I did better. I did better for Brian in an hour. It took me an hour, and I have very little experience with that. Yes, I use some AI, again, because I am not an artist, and I don't claim to be. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like it really irked me. It really upset me when it was just like, wow, that's all they get? And, Wilkin and Andrew Taylor just are footnotes? Like, what?
Yeah.
I had to say my piece. Love the club to death. Misplay.
I mean, I haven't even kept up with, like, not being in the facility. As a not hockey fan, I have not kept up with the comments at all, except to see what a score was on a day that we were offered tickets and declined. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they've been bad this year. And then, lo and behold, yeah, a 4-goal loss at home. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to go watch that. I don't even know how their social media has been.
I haven't paid any attention myself, and that's simply because I don't follow hockey.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the strikers were stealing the. So obviously Utica stole a bunch of the This Is Sports Center commercials that are 15 years old.
Right.
20 years old, They're funny for millennials and older, but otherwise no one gets them.
Yeah, yes.
But then you had the strikers use the same one that Utica used a couple of years ago, which you already have a team doing that gimmick in the same league. You can't do the same gimmick.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, yes, we're on different coasts, but it definitely feels weird.
And you're using the same video, like the same commercial to parody.
Yeah, the same setup and stuff.
No, that's a no, guys. That's one of those where I'd almost rather have no social media than just lazy social media. Which, not saying the effort was lazy. It's more effort than we've seen from Utica as we ramp up to the season. But at least try to be a little bit better about where you're sourcing your inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit. Again, that's another misplay. Like, it's not the best. You don't want to be using the same thing that somebody else used in the exact same league. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but come on. Stop it.
Yeah. All right. Brandon, I believe that's everything for us then.
I do believe that is it.
Yeah, a fairly-ish short one for us, which is good. We'll be back in 2 weeks after Thanksgiving. Let everybody get their Black Friday shopping, their turkey filling, and the season will have kicked off by then with St. Louis and Kansas City. It'll be leading up to Utica's home opener against Kansas City on the 7th. And that is certainly when we will be doing our annual season predictions. Season it shouldn't take as long as the past where we had to split it into 2 episodes. Since we're only talking about 8 teams this year and not 12, 16, 18. Or just, we basically just talk about the East back at the beginning of this.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a big difference in league
Yeah,
size.
we'll cover the league, touch on every team. We will be back to give our season expectations for Utica, and we'll come up with our bold predictions. And somewhere I'll write them down and actually put them out this year. I think I did last year, but I got to remember so we can revisit at the end of the season to see how we did.
I mean, that would probably be best, just so that we can actually see how the season panned out and how good we were and how bad I lost.
Until then, keep your eyes on social media. That's going to be where you're going to find anything for if Kelvin comes back. You'll see it first, probably with him practicing
Yep.
with the team. Because I'm sure if he does come back, that is one of the few things that social media team will not miss.
No, not at all.
Keep an eye on the transactions because you never know who/what will get signed. I know tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, Krajishnik's holding their first round of tryouts for the M2 team at the Nexus Center. So you never know if there's some scouting that'll be done on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we've gotten a bunch of our really good talent. So, could totally see it.
Yeah,
See more of it, I should say.
it would be. Homegrown talent is always a great thing to see.
Agreed.
But until then, everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving. Watch some football. Eat some turkey.
Football.
Somebody doesn't like turkey.
Get out. Get out.
Well, how about this? Since she kind of can't leave, we'll just end this, and then it'll be like she left.
Yeah, it's like I'm kicking you out.
Okay. Well, until next time, I'm Matt. He's
I'm
Brandon.
Okay, bye.
No, you're not going to Sogs?
No Sogs
waiting for
tonight.
the
I'm
Sogs.
upset.
Okay. We'll go Utica.
Sogs.
Okay. Clear on my end.
Turkey's icky.
Katie loves the turkey.
Turkey's icky.
Katie loves the turkey.
Turkey is icky.
Disappointment all around. All right. Brandon, the play out. Banana, banana, ow.